What's up, YouTube? Tiffy Stacy here, and I'm back. And as you can see, I have my beautiful making money nails. This is what I've been calling them. I have never had nails this long, so I've just been, talking with my hands and just having a good time with them. So, yeah, making money nails. Because, it just makes you want to, count money. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, I see that people kind of enjoy my talking head videos, so I figured I would start doing a little bit more of these, just sharing with you guys as I did last week on where I'm at in my life. And this week, I really wanted to share with you something that has been kind of a reoccurring topic over the course of the last couple months, and I've been trying to figure it out. But I want to share this with you after being inspired by seeing a video I'd seen a couple months back by a YouTuber by the name of Shamika Dean. And the video that she had recorded was a video about how God separates you from everyone else when he's trying to elevate you to that next level in your life. And so that's where I've been at, I'd say, over the course of, for sure, I know for about 4 or 5 months. Last year, well, it's really kind of been a year, but for sure I know it's been a couple of months where I felt like, why is it that so many opportunities and just maybe friends of mine, why do I feel like I'm in this by myself? Why do I feel like, opportunities are being shut in my face, or people I used to be friends with really don't communicate with me anymore? And I'm like, what am I going through? What's going on here? So after watching this video by Shamika Dean, it really gave me clarity on what's going on. So last week I had talked a little bit about what was kind of going on with my life and, at work and stuff, feeling undervalued. But lately I've just, as I said before, I am getting to a point now in my life where I'm trying to figure out where to go, what steps to take. And I think in the past, I've always been the type that, you go after stuff, you get what you want, you try to meet the right people, you try to make the connections, and it's worked, but then a lot of times it hasn't worked. And I've been trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, what is another way? And I've really struggled with this. Like for the last 4 or 5 months, I've actually stopped everything. So as you know, I do have a small business. I have a video production and photography business on the side. And, that's been pretty much a grind the last several years, but I made it official business about 3 years ago. And, it's come with its ups and downs. It's something I love doing. I enjoy it, but it's definitely come with its ups and downs. And I realized that what my mistake has been up until this point is that I've relied on others to elevate me. So as I said, after watching this video, I realized, that's been my biggest mistake. I've never put all my faith in God like I should have. And so that's why all these doors are closing in my face. So now I've tried something else. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm done with people. I'm done with trying to, figure this out on my own. I'm just putting all my trust and faith into God and just letting him take care of everything. And that's taken some time because, I think as human beings, we feel like, we're the only ones out here and we're the only ones that can make things happen. But no. But I've seen some things happen in my life that I'm like, you know what? That was definitely God sent. So last September, or really no, last July, so about a year ago, I went to this photography workshop in Manhattan, and it was like a 2-day workshop, and I learned a lot. But after the class, you know, right before I was supposed to go to the airport to board my flight, you know, I'm walking around Manhattan and I'm like, something all of a sudden came over me and said, Tiffany, you got to move. And at the time I was living at home. You know, I'd been living at home since I graduated from college. And at that time I had no indication of moving out. I was like, you know, whenever the time is right, it will present itself. You know, I've had kind of some false starts, like, oh, I'm going to move, and that never happened. So, you know, I'm walking around and I'm like, someone's like, you have to move, you have to go. So I ended up calling my mom on the phone. I was like, Mom, I gotta go. And she's like, yeah, that's fine, like whatever you want to do. So I just was like, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta make this happen. I don't know what's gonna be the start of this after I make this move, but I was like, let me do it. So as soon as I got back to Ohio, I started looking for places and trying to figure out, okay, where am I gonna go? So fast forward, moved, had to move again because I had some problems, but that's for another video. That's not the purpose of this video, but had to move again in mid-March of this year, and that was definitely something that I didn't expect. So I've been settled in for the last since mid-March, and so I've had a lot of time to really think, and I realized that God has really separated me from people, you know, even my family, you know, because sometimes when there's something in your life that you need to do, God needs to put you in a situation where you're by yourself so you can figure out what He wants you to do. And you can't do that with a bunch of people, you know, sharing their opinions with you, because sometimes their opinions will not be the right route for you. So I have learned that it's just really important to just, you know, put my total trust in God and see where He wants to take me. So that's where I'm at right now with with my life. And so that's why kind of what was the start of last week's video is continuation of that, and just, you know, my whole thought process and getting clarity. And you know, I'm trying to read my notes here. So, you know, recently, well, actually, on Friday, I had lunch with a girlfriend of mine, and I was telling her this, like, you know, when you're ready to elevate, He's gonna make it very clear, and He's gonna shut a lot of doors, and He's gonna quiet a lot of people before you can get that message. And and I could see her in her like I could see her eyes light up, because she was trying to figure out, because she was going through the same thing too. And that's another thing, you know, I've been noticing friends of mine, just people, and not even friends that I see all the time, friends that I maybe see every quarter or not so often. Like, you know, I'll share these ideas and things that I want to do, and you know, I'll see their eyes light up. So I'm starting to get confirmation, and I believe that, you know, now that's coming from a place that God is now speaking to me, and now He's really like opening my eyes on where He wants to take me. And so now it's starting to become very clear. It was never clear before. It was very muddy, and I couldn't figure it out, and I believe that it wasn't time for me to receive those ideas. So now I'm like, okay, I think I can make a go for this. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this fall goes, and how just, you know, next year and the next year, because, you know, I think you should always be figuring out a way to get better every year, you know, with the guidance of God's help too. So so that's where I'm at. I kind of hope that you got something out of this. This has been a very important part of my life, and I'm really figuring it out. So as I said, I'm so happy that you're part of my journey, and I'm on here and I can share these thoughts with you. You know, if you please feel free to write a comment. I always respond back. If you've experienced this, you know, share your thoughts with me, because I am, you know, I want to know if other people have experienced this as well. So other than that, hit me up on Instagram as usual at Tiffy Stacy, and me and Facebook, I'm just not feeling Facebook, so I go in and out. So I'm not even going to say anything about Facebook this time, but just hit me up on Instagram. I'm on there, and I haven't updated in the last week or two, but that's kind of because I didn't really have anything to share. I guess I could have done an excerpt of the video that I did last week, but I wasn't really feeling that. So yeah, please feel free to follow me, and I will be back.